Hey guys, welcome back to Spiritfarer. My name is Jess, and today we're doing something a tiny bit different because I actually recorded an hour and a half of gameplay and found out afterwards that my microphone wasn't working. So today I'm just going to give you guys like a highlight summary of what happened because I can't save slash load anything or go back and redo it. So we're going to just go over what happened. I'm going to give you guys updates on like the big events, and the only things you're really missing are like me traveling or working on resources. So the first thing we're doing is going to Hoseki Quarry, which is a new location where I was hoping to find iron and like more slates, but we found this guy who was talking about how he had to train the workers in this place and that he just doesn't want to. So that was funny, and this guy's like, it's my first day on the job, I have no idea what I'm doing, no one is training me, the place is falling apart. So that was kind of funny, but we ended up finding some iron here in the quarry, as well as several other resources, like slates. And we also found a secret in this corner, a little chest that dropped 2 amethysts and a miniature diorama, which I don't know what that's for. I don't know whether we sell it or not, but yeah, we got 2 amethysts, which we needed to give to Summer the Snake. So we do that later, but next we're going to Furogawa, which is a new location that popped up on the map. We're going there because we have a quest to give the frog Atul a pork chop. So that's next on the list. But as we're headed there, we go over to Summer and give her one of the amethysts. And she says, an amethyst. What a treat. Amethysts are healing stones, you know. Ailments, emotional issues, nightmares, and other afflictions can be cured with the power of amethysts. They're great to balance chakras as well. Specifically the crown chakra. So you might hear me talking in the background. I can't really edit that out, but it should be pretty quiet. You should be able to hear mostly me now and the game. We also find out that Summer's favorite food type is grain salads. As you can see, she's very excited and wiggly. Very cute. This will fill me up with unbridled joy. Thank you so much, she says. So yeah, we found out her favorite food is grain salad, which is really cool. So next we basically just smelt all of our iron. This took me actually a really long time to do. It was like a lot of the episode I was smelting, so I'm actually not too sad that I cut that out. Next we're placing Alice's cottage with that iron. She was the spirit on the other island that we wanted to adopt, and then Summer tells us that she has a spot in Mount Toriyama that she wants to meet us there. So we should sail there. Next we run into Theodore the raccoon at Mount Furugawa, and he is basically telling us that he used to have a wood print in stock, but then a giant walrus lady came in and bought it. We also buy some pork from him, which we need for the pork chops. But there was a spirit that we just talked to that I'll show you here in a second, as well as a shrine on this island that will offer us the glide ability. So we're going to come back for that later when we have a second obol. But yeah, so basically there's this wood print that this spirit is asking for, this guy here. And apparently a walrus lady took it, so he gives us her coordinates, and we need to go figure that out later. Next, we're talking to the traveling merchant, and he has a bunch of new errands for us, so we check that out. We basically complete all of the ones that we already have the stuff for, which is like 3 of them, I think. And there's a few new ones, including one for a treasure map. But this one we complete gives us a tea seed. This one gives us a lettuce seed, which is pretty cool. And then I think I just looked through them. There's one that offers us a gem, but we can't get that. And this one gives us another citrine. So I'm pretty sure I go ahead and do that. Then we check our mail, find a flyer called Feedorama Flyer. This is Madison at Feedorama. We're currently running a promotion for new food delivery service at Hummingberg. So if we ever go back to Hummingberg, that is something we could check out. So we head over to Mount Toriyama, which is where Summer wants to meet us. and where Alice is at. But meanwhile, Atul the frog, we're gonna give him his pork chops that he requested because we cooked them for him, and he says, "What pork chops?" Oh boy, I'm so excited. They look so damn tasty, and they are. Sprout, you're a miracle, you know that? Oh, this is just so good. Ha, now I feel just a bit guilty. I'm sorry you're running all these culinary errands for me. Look, there was this kid at work, Craig. We used to have these long and tight union negotiations. All-nighters. Everyone would be at a standstill. Everyone was so hungry and every restaurant was closed. I would send Craig on these endless 24-hour grocery store crawls for me. I would ask for these impossible gets, saffron, sumac, or even anise. It was something like 2 o'clock in the morning. Our goal was to make the tastiest chops in the world. A meal for everyone, on both sides of the table. To calm heads and to appease stomachs. The first part didn't always work, but everyone was always well fed. I don't know how he did it, but Craig would always find everything on my list. I would joke with him that he would have to break into people's houses to get this stuff. Geez, maybe he did. I don't know how you did it, Sprout. You made it taste like home. Here's to you and Craig. So yeah, we gave him his pork chops. He was happy about it. Next, we're off to the Mount Toriyama to talk to Summer, and see what she wants on her quest after giving her the gems. And also, we're talking to Alice. We built her a house, and so she decides to move in onto the boat. So yeah, she disappears off to the dock, and we celebrate because we get another spirit on our ship. We run up the mountain to talk to Summer, and she tells us what she's up to. She teaches us how to meditate. She says it's an affair of wholeness and of oneness. A lot of novices believe wrongfully that meditating is the pursuit of an empty mind. But the mind is not empty, Stella. It is a beast, savage and untamed, violent and caring. Loving and destructive, hateful, curious, scared, a ball of frayed nerves. Much like the dragon, it cannot be controlled. It must be allowed to roam free. My father also lived with this tormented creature. Of a different kind, perhaps. He chose to fight it. Tried to muscle it down into submission. To mark it under the auspice of violence. And mostly to silence it. He thought that nothingness was the solution. But the dragon is indomitable. The fight left my father a broken man. Let your mind wander, Stella. Gently like you would a scared kitten. Let it smell the grass. Let it notice the wind flowing through your hair, the heat radiating from the stone behind you, the rhythmic breaking of the waves below. Let your spirit penetrate all things, not to make them yours, but to make yourself theirs. Be one and be whole, but keep being. So yeah, it was just a cool, really little neat moment with Summer teaching us how to meditate and how to be whole. We also grab this second sheep, we feed it and make it follow us back to our boat. And then Summer says, I'm sure there are other areas of power. If you find them, be sure to take time to meditate. Perhaps more visions will rain down upon your mind. You know, Stella, while you were up there, I tried to do some thinking. I wanted to prepare for our next lesson. There's still so much to teach, but I couldn't think. My mind was uneasy. For you see, I too have had a vision, a gift from the universe. It's the dragon, Stella. I have felt him creeping slowly towards me. I thought I had some grand purpose to accomplish before he would swallow me whole, but now I realize that the dragon hasn't crept much at all. He has kept up with me now for quite a while, and ignoring it won't do me any good. Well, let's go, shall we? So we have Alice, a sheep, and Summer back onto the boat. We talk to Alice, and she shows us her true form, which is an adorable little hedgehog wearing a tiny hat. She's so cute. This is really pleasant. Soft as a waffle and warm as a pie. Hee, I feel young again. Thank you so much for having found me, young one. Don't you worry about me now, I'll find my way around. And as you can see, she walks on all fours because she's freaking adorable and I love her and I will cherish her forever. Atul teaches us the recipe for fried chicken randomly, and then Alice teaches us how to shear sheep. So we shear the sheep, which is a hilarious animation. For some reason, this sheep had a key in its wool. So yeah, we shear both the sheep. We found a key for this house that Alice was by on Mount Toriyama, so we hop back in the boat and go to the house and unlock it with a key that we just got out of the sheep. And there's a chest inside, and out of it we get cherry seeds and a ceramic bowl, which is just for selling pretty much. Well, I guess. After that, we figured out that the nebula fiber is actually something that you can only do when Alice is on your boat. So we activated that event, and Alice tells us that the creature's children are basically needing to play, and that this creature's a very tired mother. So I offer to play with its children, and I just have to catch them and bring them back to its mom. So they fly all over the place, and I have to bring them one by one back to its mother. So this is how you get nebula fiber, nebula fiber, and a little bit of money as well. So we ended up doing this event twice in a row, and we got a bunch of nebula fiber out of it, which is pretty cool. And we also got wool fiber out of the sheep. Also, you can see the sheep on the right freaking out. So we end up building a second sheep corral. And then we head over to Albert's Shipyard because we have enough smelted iron now, which I did during the other time. Gather some tea leaves and decide to cook it up and make it into a cup of tea because we would get a new recipe out of that. So we're doing all this as we head to Albert's Shipyard to upgrade our ship after grinding a bunch of iron and wood down into processed resources. We also can now make nebula fabric out of the nebula thread. And then Alice tells us that we should build a wardrobe in her house for clothes. So we end up grinding up some more wood for that. And we build the wardrobe, and Alice says, "You're spoiling me, Stella. What an incredible piece of furniture. It livens the room so much. Yeah, much cozier now. And it's filled to the brim with clothes and accessories. You don't know how happy that makes me." And the wardrobe actually allows us to change the colors of our clothes if we wanted to, which I ended up not doing just because I didn't really like any of the other color combinations yet. But I thought it was really cool that it allowed us to change how our character looks if we want. So at the shipyard, the shark says, "I don't have a joke for the loom yet, but it's coming. I can feel it looming over me." His amazing jokes. So we upgrade the size of the ship to the Dauntless Dolphin, which costs 8,000 glim. And we also upgrade the Icebreaker, which allows us to go through ice flow. It allows us passage through ice, basically. And I'm looking at what the other things require, and I don't quite have enough wool fabric, so I hop back up onto the boat and process some of the wool that we gathered and make it into some wool fabric. And then I'm pretty sure we hop back down onto the upgrade and upgrade our blueprint station, which allows us to build a chicken coop, a lounge, and a crusher, which is pretty cool. I'm excited to get some chickens in the future. The next upgrade requires silica powder and zinc, which we have no idea where to get, as well as more money, but it looks like it would unlock a cow stall. Also, just looking at the other requirements, so that's something to keep an eye out for. Now that we increased the size of the ship, we can build an orchard finally using nebula thread and oak, and this will allow us to plant tree seeds, or like fruit seeds, like cherries or other trees. And I'm just glancing at all of the other requirements that we need for stuff. We still need to find where ash is found and stuff like that. I can also upgrade, I think I can improve part of Atul's house, which is what we do here in a moment. That requires ash and zinc, which we have neither of those, so yeah. But I'm just looking at all of the requirements for all of the different buildings that we just unlocked. But yeah, here we go improve Atul's house and add some like picture frames, I think, just to liven up his house a bit. Yeah, after that I think we're headed back to the island to unlock the shrine with the glide ability with the second opal that we got. So that's next on our journey, and the next time I play I'll be going to the shrine and hopefully finishing some of the quests that we still have on our log.